take the credit and what level they take it. But if a student scores a 3, 4, or 5 on the exam and at least 3 courses, 3 different AP courses, they're an AP scholar. And we had 16 of them.
That was what I was going to say. That's pretty outstanding. 16 AP scholars this year.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and 24 the year before. So
that makes you break your buttons off your shirt. That makes you proud.
Yeah, it does. It does. We're definitely proud of our AP program. We're proud of the teachers because they're tough courses to teach. I taught biology and chemistry and various other science courses before I was an administrator, and I will say that those are tough courses to teach because they're college level courses.
Yeah.
And in some respects, they are more rigorous than maybe some beginning level college level courses. So, you have students who take it very seriously, and they're in it, of course, not just to, get their GPA a little higher, but also to try to gain that college credit. So it's a lot of dedication on both ends.
Am I correct? The county helps fund some of the AP courses?
Yeah, that's the one great thing about Person County Schools is they do fund you taking the test, and those tests are not expensive. I think they're somewhere in the vicinity of $85. And I've worked in several school systems. I live here in Person County, work here in Person County, and I'm proud to say that they pay for these tests, and that's great. It really is, because I don't know of many places I don't personally know of any or many places to do that.
Well, there are also opportunities for some other credits at Person High School, some dual credit opportunities, aren't there?
Yes, there are. We have, like I said before, a real close relationship with the community college, with Piedmont Community College, and they're right down the road from us. So we actually bus our students to and from the ones who don't have transportation. And what the students can do is they can take classes at PCC for free. These are community college classes, doesn't cost the student a dime. And they can go one of 2 ways, or what our students traditionally do is they'll take the classes, say, in the trades. Maybe they want to be a welder or or some other trade, HVAC, that we don't offer at the high school, and they can go there and take those courses, and by the time they graduate, maybe they need to go to PCC for a few more courses, or maybe they can finish it up while they're at Person, and they can become certified to do that particular trade.
Right.
But what's really becoming attractive to a lot of our students and a lot of our parents is the college transfer classes. And so when you get up to your junior and senior level, you start taking these college transfer classes, and you go in and they're paid for, like I said. And if you pass the class, if you get, C or better is what some of the universities take. Every university is a little different, but if you do well enough in the class, then that class will transfer to all of the UNC system schools, most of the private schools in North Carolina, and it depends on the other schools outside of the state, of course. And that's big savings when you're talking about the high cost of tuition these days.
Yes, sir.
And the fact that our students can take several of these classes at a time, you can really come out with a lot of college credit under your belt and go into your school maybe as a sophomore. You have AP classes, you have these dual credit classes. Come in and save a year off of your education, let's say, just for example. And I will say this, and that where our kids are taking these classes, they're being successful. And I've heard some of the instructors actually say that sometimes they have a hard time telling between our students and the regular PCC students.
Man, that makes you proud. I was talking a moment ago about had the privilege of filming and seeing those students go up and get those scholarships which they've earned. And I'm not going to tell them the amount. I'm going to let you tell them how much money was awarded in scholarships.
When it was all said and done, we tabulated $1.5 million in scholarships for Person High School students.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Oh, man.
But I can't take the credit. The counselors, the teachers, the students, the parents. It's a community effort.
It's a team.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. But I will say that as far as getting our students scholarships, preparing them for college, and getting them in a lot of these universities, not just getting them in, but them stay in the universities. Because, students nowadays, they'll get there if they're not prepared well, they end up coming back home. I think we've got a really good reputation for that. And, $1.5 million. We obviously have a lot of students going to school, getting good money to go to school, and our students are staying in school when they're being successful in school.
Good things are happening.
Yes, sir.
At Person High School. Well, we said we would get back around to the subject of athletics, and yeah, we are ready for some football. But there's more than football. There are so many good programs going on, and I just love sports.
There is, we're excited, of course, volleyball. Who can forget
Yeah.
that? Volleyball's big, and we've got a great team, new coach, a lot of energy, a lot of good things going on. I was walking by there and watching the practice the other day, and those young ladies are working hard. And we're going to have a good team this year, and I expect nothing but great things for the volleyball program. The same with the women's tennis.
Yeah.
Always have a good squad out for women's tennis and men's soccer, and we got a lot of good sports coming on, and of course football. And so we just want everybody to come out and help support the young athletes. I know they appreciate seeing their parents and administrators, but they love seeing the community too. So everybody can come out. When you get a chance, come watch some great athletic contests.
We play Orange first game on the 22nd. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Friday the 22nd.
Friday the 22nd, and that's a home game.
Yes, sir.
And like we said, there's more than football, but that is a biggie. It's coming up, and a student athlete learns so much about life and so much about sportsmanship and about growing up and about discipline. There are just so many good things, and I admire student athletes.
I do, and that's something we're really concentrating this year on is the whole student athlete.
Yeah.
Yes, we want to win, and winning's big and it's important. It's important to the kids and the coaches and everything. But like you said, there's so many lessons to be learned, and focusing on the whole student athlete is really important to. I know myself and the coaching staff and athletic director and I. It's going to be a big focus this year, and we're excited.
Well, we're kind of getting towards the end of our first program. A couple of things. A hot topic these days is teacher pay. That thing has been up and down the flagpole so many times and turned inside out. And I guess they're arriving at some decisions. Maybe they aren't all the best decisions, but it is a hot topic.
It's very political. It definitely is, and it is a hot topic, and I get asked all the time by a lot of people what's going on with teacher pay. And there are raises. You look at it, the steps are being released. There are raises, especially for the young teachers, and that's good. We really need to help recruit these young teachers. I tell you, there's still a lot they can do for the side for the veterans teachers. The veteran teachers didn't get as much percentage-wise, and as far as the upper end of the pay scale goes, I'm concerned sometimes, with the young teacher getting in and them looking at the upper side of the pay scale, asking themselves, is this what I want to do for my career? And that's what we need, career teachers. Turnover, it's not a great thing. You need some continuity, and you need teachers to practice, because how are you going to get good at something? Got to practice. And, when teachers develop their practice, they become better, more efficient teachers. And that's one thing that I think, the state needs to look at, and a lot of people need to look at, is what are we doing to help retain our teachers? We're giving a bump in pay to get them in, but are they looking down the road and saying, I can really build myself up and get here, I'm gonna be in good shape? And another thing, this was on WRAL last night, is one thing that's a big concern is the certified staff as well, not just the teachers, but the people who drive our buses and serve our children food and keep our schools clean. And it's kind of disconcerting, the state, when they're giving pay raises. Let's say a custodian. If you're a custodian at the Department of Health and Human Services, you would have got a $1,000 pay raise this year. Now your peer working at Person High School doing the same job only got a $500 pay raise. Not much equity in that, in my opinion. So there's still a lot to hash out with that, still a lot coming out, but I just hope that state lawmakers really take a look at this and what we're how we're forming teachers and how we're forming education, as something that people want to be in for years to come, something that they want to make a career out of.
Yeah. One more thing. There's something nice coming for freshmen, and for the 2015-2016 year. We talked a little bit about AP a while ago, but there's something good coming.
They're changing the AP course weight. Right now, if you take an AP class, well, say you take, how if you're an A on a 4.0 scale. So if you take an A, or excuse me, if you get an A for that matter in a standard class, you get a 4.0. If you get A in an honors class, you get an extra weighted point, like a 5.0. That's how the weight goes. And if you take an AP class, you get a 6.0. Well, they're actually reducing the weight. And now, if the regular class, the standard class, is a 4.0, you only get half a point for the honors and 1 point for the AP. So the AP is now only a 5, the honors a 4.5. I think this is going to make a difference in one area, and that was when I was talking about the dual credit opportunities. And with the weight not being as heavy on the AP classes anymore, I have a feeling a lot of, you know, me and my administration have a feeling that a lot of our parents are going to start taking the dual credit opportunities more, you know, not more seriously, but they're going to start taking more of them, or have their students actually get more of these PCC credits, since the weight isn't so heavy on the AP like it was. So that's a trend that I see, and maybe I'm wrong, but you know, I know if I were a parent, I'm getting free education, I'm getting these free classes, I would definitely try to get my student involved in that, and especially with the weight of everything going down. Now, this isn't happening right away, and it's not blanket. If your student's in school right now and they're starting 9th grade right now, they're grandfathered into the old system with the higher weights. But students that are to enter Person High School or any other high school across North Carolina next year, that's what they're going to be held under. That's going to be the new standard.
Okay. I'm going to make a suggestion. In the coming weeks, we'll be doing other programs for Rocket Report, and if you have areas that you'd like some further explanation, or you just like to know more about certain areas at the school, please feel free to contact us here at the radio and television station, or Mr. Dennis at the high school, and as we're putting together plans for future broadcasts, maybe we can answer your questions. You know, there may be something on your mind, and we'll try to do our best, or he will, to give the good answer. And anything else you'd like to add before we close?
No, just a lot of great things going on at Person High School right now. And I just want to invite everybody, anytime we have, you know, we have the open house coming up, of course, on the 20th.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure everybody knows that, and school starts, you know, the following Monday.
That's a Saturday, right?
The 20th is a Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
That is right.
Yeah.
I have so many other dates going through my head for different things, but good luck on your open house,
and thank you for having me here today. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. We covered quite a lot today on our first program of Rocket Report, and we'll be back. And again, if you'd like some things discussed or topics covered, please feel free to get in touch with us. It was a pleasure having you, Jared Dennis, principal of Person High School, and our guest today on Rocket Report. And we will see you again soon, and you'll be able to see this a couple of times or 3 times on television, and also hear it on the radio too. So, hey, thanks for watching.